Greetings. How is everybody? A lot of voodoo backfire in the cards. Hi, how are you? Thank you for your friend request. A lot of voodoo backfire in the cards. And y'all are saying that an ex was doing homeless voodoo. What is homeless voodoo? I don't know anything about that. It makes you wonder though. Did anybody at the Lake Isabella earthquake? Did anybody at the Lake Isabella earthquake for Mother's Day? Did they end up homeless? Did they? Were there some homeless people out of the Lake Isabella earthquake in California for Mother's Day? Interesting. What about Hurricane Barbara? Did Hurricane Barbara leave anybody homeless? Did that leave anybody homeless? Maybe there's a church that can help them out. Maybe there's a church that can help out Lake Isabella. I know how they like to do mission work. Do they want a band? I know a band. I know a band. I know a band with a wolf in it. Halo Down. Halo Down can go and play a fundraiser. Play a fundraiser for all the homeless people in Lake Isabella, California. All those affected by the first hurricane of the season, Hurricane Barbara. We have a tribute concert. A tribute to Lake Isabella, California. Earthquake. Hurricane Barbara. Interesting, huh? And you said that they keep looking every day to see if this person's outside? Are they trying to see if this person's outside? Now, my question is, you have readers that are saying, look, nobody's immune to karma. Karma has no address. Karma has no address. And when I hear these ladies say that they cursed their bloodlines, they cursed themselves and all involved by attacking an earth angel. Well, don't those fly? Don't those just kind of fly around? Didn't you say that they wanted a dark cloud over that person's head all the time? Isn't that what y'all said? It's just what it is. I brighten up any dark cloud. Anyway, this is a chance to bring people together. We can bring people together. Every Mother's Day, we can remember Lake Isabella earthquake in California. And all of the homeless people that or if it did, I didn't even do the research. Y'all can do the research. I do plenty of research. And now Hurricane Barbara, I'm sure that blew away a house or two. I know a church. I know a good church that loves to do mission work. Maybe they can even get the band together that they know. It's called Halo Down. They can get Halo Down. They can get Halo Down to play some heavy metal. Tribute concert. Woohoo! Save the homeless. However, my question, and I hear the devil. Did they summon the devil? I hear the devil is working through one of Pisces' toxic exes. I gave all the daddies that for Father's Day. So if all of the daddies now have the devil for Father's Day, Lake Isabella earthquake on Mother's Day. Lake Isabella earthquake on Mother's Day. Hurricane Barbara. What about Hurricane Milton? Because, I mean, Milton built my foundation. So when you're talking about Milton, he lived right here down at the end of the road. He built every house on this street. Good deal. I mean, when you come together and buy a whole fucking street, chances are you get a good deal on the houses. Over 30 fucking years, but, you know, here we are 60 years later. Yeah, we're almost 60 years later. Chances are the foundation, Hurricane Milton, he does a good job. He does a good job. Foundation's a little cracked after 60 years, but he can take out whole coastlines. Hurricane Milton. God will show you who you can trust. What does that mean? what does that mean? God will show you who you can trust. With homeless voodoo spells backfiring. And what does Hurricane Milton building my foundation and Lake Isabella earthquake on Mother's Day and Hurricane Barbara, the first hurricane of the season, a church that loves to do mission work, a church on a mission, that's a good church. Really doing the do for the Almighty. And they even have a band. They have a church band in the family called Halo Down. They can play some heavy metal music. Look at that. I think we got it all worked out. Tribute concert after tribute concert. Churches just working their ass off to save the homeless. That's what it is. Sounds like a beautiful plan. Sounds like a fucking beautiful plan. And we would already, all the daddies already have the devil for Father's Day. all the daddies already have the devils for Father's Day. And the rest of the planet can have a mystic alchemist. How's that? Did they really use voodoo spells on an earth angel, trying to make them homeless? Because that's what she said. I don't know anything about the devil working through toxic exes. I don't know anything about that. I don't have anything to do with those exes from the past. But when I see that Pisces has a toxic ex with the devil working through him, well, I just give that to all the dads for Father's Day. Let them figure it out. That's their fucking problem. Give it to all the daddies. It's Father's Day, but they're the daddy. They're the daddy. They get the toxic ex with the devil working through them. They get Lake Isabella earthquake and all the homeless people that caused. They get Hurricane Barbara and the church that goes with her, and they can rebuild for everyone because I know how churches love missions. But, I mean, with the mathing, because we want the math to math, right? About how many people were put out because of this universal clapback of God exercising its power. Thank you. I appreciate my connection to the Most High. A death to the rebirth. What does that mean? They tried to put a death to the rebirth? They used voodoo and homeless spells trying to put a death to the rebirth and ended up with Hurricane Milton, Lake Isabella earthquake for Mother's Day, Hurricane Barbara, and blowing all the churches on the coastline. It did. That hurricane probably affected a church. I'm sure there's a church on every corner. I'm sure Hurricane Barbara at least big bad wolfed. Flight for life. Hey, you know what? Where I live, helicopters stay in the air. They don't crash to the ground. Yeah, planes don't fall out of the fucking sky in my timeline. So you're telling me let's get this right. Let's see if I've got this completely fucking fabricated. This is a hell of a story to fabricate. So you're telling me that a toxic ex with the devil working through them did voodoo binding homeless spells, and instead of taking out an Earth Angel's foundation that Milton built, they ended up with Hurricane Milton, Lake Isabella earthquake, California on Mother's Day, Hurricane Barbara, the first church gossip hurricane of the season, because it's what it is. That can be church gossip across the globe. Across the globe, they can always gossip about the weather. Hurricane Barbara, the first storm of the season. However, if we add all of that up, and let's back up. Let's back up. Here, let me get in the shade. Let me get in the shade. My light might trigger your demons. So, if we're going to add all this up, and we've got Hurricane Milton that built my foundation, Lake Isabella earthquake on Mother's Day, Hurricane Barbara, the leader of the church. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. The leader of the church. Halo Down. We have a tribute band. They got a lead guitarist named Wolf. I'm sure he's a werewolf by this point. And you already called his name out in the cards. So it's what it is. So Gerard, most people don't know his name's Gerard. It goes by Wolf. So we got Halo Down. We got Halo Down, the church he rode into my life on with Hurricane Barbara, Lake Isabella earthquake, California, and Hurricane Milton to start. Hurricane Milton to start. And ending with voodoo homeless spells. Backfiring, magic backfiring, and God bringing the storms. Is that what you ladies are telling me? Do I have that about right? Do I have that about right? Oh, no. I almost forgot. The devil working through Pisces toxic X that I gave to all the daddies for Father's Day to figure out, because what it is, I don't have time for that shit. I do not have time for the devil working through Pisces toxic X's. It's just a whole lot better to give that to the daddies for Father's Day. Maybe we can give the whole band. We can give the whole Halo Down band. The whole Halo Down band. We can give them benefit concerts at Lake Isabella, California earthquake land. Hurricane Barbara. They can play every city affected by Hurricane Barbara. Hang on. Let's go back. Let's do the math. The math isn't mathing. We're missing a key component. Okay, so what does Hurricane Milton that built my foundation, and I mean, we got to go back to the start, because what you ladies are saying was it was voodoo homeless spells on an earth angel. That's what you said. So if you said voodoo homeless spells on an earth angel, let's go back. We've got Hurricane Milton that built my foundation, because back then that's when Bastet said, "Do not enter, Gemini Moon." And I would be the Gemini Moon, so I didn't enter. Said, "Do not enter, Gemini Moon." I'm sure they didn't want me to build a whole bunch of shit after all the money that I had spent with voodoo homeless spells going on in the background. So if Bastet said, "Do not enter," the Egyptian cat god of the underworld. So if Bastet said, "Gemini Moon, do not enter," because currently the math is adding up to voodoo homeless spells, hurricane, because God brings the storms, Hurricane Milton that built my foundation you see before you, Lake Isabella, California earthquake, which would be the stepdaughter and the daughter of Wolf from Halo Down, and Barbara, who is blowing every church as the first hurricane of the season. Okay, so if you take all of that and you take the devil working through the toxic X that I gave to all of the daddies for Father's Day, because it's just what it is. I mean, I have several children. I have 4, and probably, well, I've got 5, but that's beside the point, she lied. She lied to the guy that she was with and fucking fought for her limitations. So, that's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Yeah, most people don't know that. You know, I have someone come up and tell me, yeah, you know, you have a kid, and then I have the guy that raised him saying, yes, hell, she never told me. You found out before I did. Oh, well, okay, well, you know, you raised him. Got a letter from an attorney. Yeah, you have no contact. You cannot have any contact with this child. Okay, great. I can't do anything. I never have. Thank you for that. I've never had any contact with that child. However, you've got fucking same-sex Earth Angel voodoo homeless spells in the cards today. She said, and you, the Earth Angel has a child with this individual. Oh yeah, hell, I've got 4 kids with 4 different people, and one that didn't tell me until her attorney did, after no contact with the child because the daddy wanted that boy. Okay, great. So we're giving the devil that's working through the toxic X, and okay, now wait a minute. Now, if you girls are saying that these body jumpers have followed the Earth Angel from another lifetime, and it's the same person over and over and over and over again, while you've got the government siphoning off of the sun, because that's what you said. You said that they wanted to block out the sun so that they could keep feeding off of the source of the energy, because it's a bunch of triggered demons demonizing Christ consciousness. Okay. So now we have, let's add the math up, because we want to know, what do voodoo homeless spells on the Earth Angel have to do with Hurricane Milton that built my foundation, Lake Isabella earthquake in California that probably left people homeless on Mother's Day, Halo Down, the heavy metal band that never fucking truly made it. Now they can make it. Now they can make it around all those people doing homeless fucking benefit concerts. They can have the support of the church that they've always had. With Hurricane Barbara, the first hurricane of the season, hey, it's fucking benefit security. It's free concert benefit security for each one of those areas that was affected. They get to practice their now. We found the devil who works through the toxic X that was giving to all the fathers on Father's Day. Cool. When you add all of that up, what the fuck does that have to do with the price of water in China? What the fuck does any of that have to do with the price of the homeless people in China? Because last time I checked, that what does it have to do with the homeless people in New Mexico? How many people were flooded the fuck out of their homes? Interesting. I don't know. I guess we would have to go and talk to the devil that's working through Pisces toxic X that I gave to all the daddies for Father's Day. Ta-da! Thank you for allowing me to use my intuition to get it all figured out, ladies. What is it? It's what it is. It's 209. It's duality with God and divine endings and conclusions. Yeah, for the second, which would be Magic Duality 2025 for divine endings and conclusions. Everything happens in divine right time. You're certainly right about that. Because that would have been the key. It would have been a whole lot better if I'd have known voodoo homeless spells, because I said that last night. I would have to know exactly what they did so I could figure it the fuck out. If you go to my video from last night, I said that. I said I would have to know exactly what they did so I would be able to figure it out. And you know what? It's just what it is. Math is mathing. Math is mathing like a motherfucker. Look at that. Do. They wanted to see me outside. Give them their wish. Their wish is granted. Right, so now how are we all going to come together with a band? We got a heavy metal band and probably a lot of others. That are going to see the what the fuck did they do and want to be a part. Because now not only do we have the Earth Angel still in a home with a cracked, fucked up foundation. Milton did a good job 60 years ago. He did a great job 60 years ago. It's got some cracks in it, but it's still fucking standing. Imagine that. The castle is still standing. So, how do we all come together for a benefit with all the churches, not just the one that supports Hurricane Barbara? All the churches can get the fuck involved on a mission. How can we bring all the bands together? Not just Halo Down that never fucking made it, but all the bands to benefit the homeless of Lake Isabella earthquake for Mother's Day. Hurricane Barbara blowing all the churches down the coast. I'm sure they got to rebuild. They'll want to be a part. They'll want to be a part. I don't know how the fuck China's going to feel about that, but you know what? They're taking my favorite vape off the shelf September 1st. So really can't wear. That's really the only dependency I had on China, right? Other than having a good fucking heart and wanting to include them to rebuild, since you have the devil working through Pisces toxic X that I gave all the daddies for Father's Day. Hurricane Milton that built my foundation. Lake Isabella earthquake. You think the unalive magic's backfiring? You think it is? You think it's backfiring on a lot of people? It's just what it is. God will show you who you can trust. And even if I'm wrong, even if Hurricane Milton didn't build this foundation, even if my stepdaughter had nothing to do with Lake Isabella earthquake, even if her step-grandmother wasn't the gossip at the church that blew every church for the first hurricane of the season, even if Isabella's daddy wasn't Wolf from Halo Down, even if the devil wasn't working through Pisces toxic X doing voodoo homeless spells, even if none of that shit existed, the healers can still come together and play fucking thumb symbols to help out all the people that were affected by a half-wit. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. You tell me what you think, 2222. No.